everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. Since we're in between projects, this keeps coming up in my recs, and I've been wanting to make it. How can I turn it into a journal element? Okay, so this is a curtain fold. It's a fun fold. It's a Stampin' Up thing. I see it all over YouTube, and it's coming up in Pinterest and you know, all the things. So I played with it and it turned out even better than I thought. So easy. So I want to show you. My vision for this is glue this to the top of a page and use it as an up tuck. But also, this is the original idea. They put a sentiment here. I put a butterfly. But adding it to a card front, this can be attached to your journal page. You have a pocket and you also have a journaling spot. So that is my idea. That is what we're going to do today. I'm not saying that this hasn't been done before. I haven't seen it. I just wanted to play with it. So I did print out some double-sided paper. Let me tell you all the measurements. So the gal I was watching, and there were so many, I did not write down the video, so if you want to find it, just look up curtain fun fold and you'll get a bunch of different lengths and widths and whatever. But the one I saw was doing this 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 vertical card. And she, so the card itself, now I'm just using coffee dyed cardstock, and I cut it in half at 4 1/4 and then folded it at 5 1/2. So that's how I did it for the pocket. And you don't really need to do anything to the pocket. So then you have a piece of background paper. Now, this could just be coffee dyed, and it would be coffee dyed on the back, or it can be double-sided. Now, I would think it's better if the other side is a little bit darker. You want to see that contrast because that's what gives you that curtain fold effect, right? So this sheet of paper measures 5 1/2 by, she said 12, so she was using scrapbook paper, but she said at the when she folded it that you could cut off the last inch. Well, that makes it 11, right? So I'm just using 8 1/2 by 11. And from the, I hope I'm all on screen here. Yeah. Okay, so from the top here, you measure in 1 inch. From the bottom here, you measure in 1 inch. And then you cut that apart. And that's what gives you the measurement for the piece that you're working with. So that ends up being, there'll be 2, okay? So we're going to score this in a second, but this ends up being this, okay? So it goes from being 11 inches wide to being 4 inches wide by 1, 2, 3, 4 1/2 long, okay? Because it started out with 5 1/2 and we measured at 1 inch, so that took off some of it. This is a perfect size for junk journal, in my opinion. So anyway, you want to take this, and I'm just going to pull out my scoreboard. Now, I'm using pretty thin paper here. So if you're using a heavier cardstock, you're going to get a slightly different result. But just be careful scoring here because this has a tendency to rip. But we're going to score at 1 inch, and we're going to do a 1 2 1 2. So 1 inch, and I'm trying to do it without tearing through it. And then I'm going to do 3 and 4 and 6 and 7 and 9 and 10. Okay, so let's do it again. Since I have this other paper, we start at 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay? And that's all the hard part out of the way. So the way that you're going to fold this is back and forth. And as I go, I'm lining it up. You see how sometimes the scoring is slightly off, so I'm going to come along here and make sure that that's lined up on that back page. Okay? And then the next one will be back and forward. The forwards are 1 inch and the backwards are 2 inches. And all along you're just lining up this top, just in case the score, because see, if I don't, then it might be askew here. I've got a piece of hair. Let's get rid of that. It's attached to something. What's it attached to? My desk? Alright. So, there again, line it up. And then we have this last piece here. Okay? So, that's not right. Let's get that back where it belongs. Okay. Now, the first time I did this, I didn't glue it together. I put the glue on because I did the card first. So I just glued along the top of the card and put that down, and it kind of kept everything together, except for this. So I'll show you that real quick. I did fill up my glue bottle, so it should be a little bit more cooperative. Apparently I didn't score this card properly either, so there's that. It's not straight, but we'll fix that. Yeah. Nope. Maybe I didn't cut straight. I don't know. Coffee dyed cardstock is hard because it kind of shrinks in the coffee dyeing process. I'm not going to worry about it. I do grungy. That works. Okay, so I'm just going to glue about 1/2 inch across. I mean, 1/2 inch all the way across. And then if you turn it around, that's at the folded side. It's a little bit easier. There's about a 1/8 of an inch reveal on both sides. And like I said, this is for my measurements. If you see another video and they have different measurements, they're going to be longer or shorter. I don't think there's only one way to do this. So if you want a full page tuck, you could do that too. All right, so what we have here is a piece that needs to be glued down. And you could come in here and glue these pieces down, but we're going to put lace across the top and that will hold it. And then what happens is, because you're not gluing it all the way down, you get some shadows and a little bit more dimension, and I like that. I think that's fun. So let's cut a piece for this. I'm going to cut it a little bit bigger and then I'll trim it. So I'm just going to come along here, 3/8 to 1/4 of an inch, however. Now you want to make sure that you don't go over that fold, because you want to be able to open this to have that little secret writing spot. So I want to make sure that the little pointy things, that's the official definition, are not over the top. So you want to be able to open it just like that and trim this off. Alright, so there we go. Now I do have some other butterflies, so that one's kind of cool. This paper is the Pink Monarch Prints Urban Essence. I think that's what it's called. It's the May kit. I haven't printed it or used it yet. I just printed out a couple pages from it. So I haven't finished my Woodland Wonders journal yet. So I'm just going to get his antennae. You could easily put a sentiment there, but I'm just going to put the butterfly. And you'll put something behind the butterfly if you. I just don't think it needs it at this present time. I like the simplicity of that. So now I've got 2 of these. The one thing is it does give you 2 folds the same way. So if you wanted a fold to go the other way but wanted the same pattern on top, I would cut one with the 1-inch measure here and here, of course, but then do your next piece of paper with the 1-inch here and the 1-inch here so that you get that other diagonal. And I believe the scoring would be the same. I haven't tried it, but these aren't going to be next to each other in a journal, so I don't mind if they're going the same direction. It's up to you. So I'm going to fold this back. We'll do this one. And let's see, that's the 2-inch, and this should be 1-inch. Make sure I keep that straight. 1-inch and 2-inch and 1-inch. So I've got this one, if you going the opposite direction. Oop, I missed one. How did I do that? Well, that's why it's jacked up a little bit. Okay, so it goes this way, this way, this way. Huh. What did I do, guys? Okay, I know this is on top. So there. Did I score it wrong? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, there we go. I don't know. It's not this hard, guys. I promise. I did it 3 times without any issues. So, all right. So now, because this one I'm not going to put on a card, then I'm going to come in here and just put a little glue in between. Doesn't take a lot because we're still going to put the lace on top, but this will hold it for you while you're waiting. So I'll come back here and I'm just gluing at the top like so. All right, just like that, and then we'll do the same with these, with the lace. Now this one can be over because it's not you could use a wider lace or whatever because it's not going to be blocking anything from opening, whereas the other one we had to keep it below the fold. So this one we could go up and have those little peaks on the top. Like so. Cut off the extra. I cut that too big. That's all right. So now I have all these butterflies over here. On the other one I did a floral, but you could use one of the larger ones. I'm thinking that might be fun just like that. Don't really want something that big. If it was green I might use it, but I have a few. This one might work. That one's kind of fun. I don't know if they're butterflies or moths. I just put them all together. And I would put that right across there. Let's do that. But I want to ink it up a little bit because it's a little shiny. So easy. This would be a great Make Ahead Monday. I probably should have done it on Monday, but I couldn't wait. And we're in between projects, so we'll start a new project for next Wednesday. I've already got Make Ahead Monday scheduled, so we'll be good. Alright, so I think I'm going to stick it right here. You do it however you would like, and I think that's fun. So the way that that would work is you have your page, you attach it to the top of the page. That 1/2 inch I would glue down just like we did on the card, and then with this attached it's just going to be like any other tuck spot. I'm looking for a piece that's not, well, this will work, but yeah, just like that. So it will keep everything nice and neatly held. So a couple ways to use this. I just think it's fabulous. It just looks like a lot more work than it actually is, and I love stuff like that. So we've got the 2 tucks. We've got to put the lid on the glue. So we've got our 2 tucks here that are great, and then we have the 2 pocket. Any card that you see, turn it into a pocket, or a journal card, or a book cover. I mean, it's all out there. We're all reinventing the wheel, right? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I know there's a lot of green here, but I wanted to use that collection, and I wanted to get that dark. All the scrapbooking paper that I have ready to go is white on the back, and I don't think it would be the same effect with the white. I really like the dark. So if you've got some, just need a little bit of contrast, I think. So I hope you guys will try it, and I thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video. I'll see you soon. Bye now.